You know, the Duke's career in movies and many categories of entertainment is well known, but a lot of people don't talk about his very interesting and very, for some, determined personal life. He had a passel of children with three different wives, and those most of them went on to the entertainment industry. Now, his wives included one of Spanish American descent, Josephine Alcia Sáenz, and two from Latin America, Esperanza Bauer and Pilar Palet. He had four children with Josephine: Michael, Mary, Tony Wayne, Patrick Wayne, and Melinda Wayne. Uh, he had three more children with Pilar, Aisa Wayne, John Ethan Wayne, or John Jr., and Marissa Wayne. Now, several of Wayne's children entered the film and TV industry. Son Ethan was billed as John Ethan Wayne in a few films and played one of the leads in the 90s update of Adam 12. Ethan was also appeared on the History Channel show Pawn Stars to help authenticate merchandise supposedly related to his father's career. Granddaughter Jennifer, daughter of Isa, is a member of the country group Runaway June. Now, in '73, Wayne was encouraged by Pilar, an avid tennis player, to build the John Wayne Tennis Club in Newport Beach, California. In '95, the club was sold to Ken Stewart, former GM, and became the Palisades Tennis Club. In The Quiet Man, Wayne tells Michaeline Ogie Flynn, portrayed by Barry Fitzgerald, that he's 6 feet 4.5, and an assertion corroborated by Pilar's book, John Wayne: My Life with the Duke. I was always told he was 6'5". Now, his divorce from Esperanza, a Mexican former actress, was stormy. She believed that Wayne and co-star Gail Russell were having an affair, a claim that both Wayne and Russell denied. The night the film Agent of the Bad Man wrapped, the usual party was held for cast and crew, and Wayne came home very late. Esperanza was in a drunken rage by the time he arrived, and she attempted to shoot him as he walked through the front door. Can you imagine what would happen if he was successful? Now, he had several high-profile affairs, including one with Merle Oberon that lasted from 1938 to 47. After his separation from Pilar, in '73, Wayne became romantically involved and lived with his former secretary, Pat Stacey, until his death in '79. Now, Stacey published a book about her life with him in '83 titled Duke: A Love Story. Now, when Wayne's hair began to thin in the 1940s, he had begun to wear a hairpiece by the end of the decade. He was occasionally seen in public without the hairpiece, such as, according to Life, at Gary Cooper's funeral. During appearance at Harvard, he was asked by a student, is it true that your toupee is real hair? He responded, well, sir, that's real hair. Not mine, but real hair. Now, close friend, California Congressman Alfonso Bell Jr., wrote of Wayne, Duke's personality and sense of humor were very close to what the general public saw on the big screen. It is perhaps best shown in these words he had engraved on a plaque. Each of us is a mixture of some good and some not so good qualities. In considering one's fellow man, it is important to remember the good things. We should refrain from making judgments just because a fellow happens to be a dirty, rotten son of a bitch. Wayne was fond of literature, his favorite authors being Charles Dickens, Arthur Conan Doyle, and Agatha Christie. His favorite books were David Copperfield and Conan Doyle's historical novels, The White Company and Sir Nigel. Now, Wayne was a chess player. Roger Ebert recalls that instead of Chisholm, we were playing a chess game, both of us bending over the board on an upended apple crate. Wayne slouched in his old stitched leather director's chair, had a crowd of kibitzers, wranglers, extras, old cronies, drinking buddies, a couple of Mexican stuntmen. He studied the board, roared with laughter, and said, God damn it, you've trapped my queen. We studied the board, I made a decisive move. Why the hell did I just say that, he asked. If I hadn't said it, you wouldn't have seen it. According to Michael Munn, when Wayne was asked about Rock Hudson's sexuality, he replied, who the hell cares if he's queer? The man plays great chess. Now, ironically, he is a big collector, and especially about guns. He used the same 1873 Colt single action army revolver in many of the movies he appeared in. Now, Wayne, unfortunately, his early passing was caused by cigarettes. He had been a chain smoker since young adulthood and was diagnosed with lung cancer in '64. He underwent successful surgery to remove his entire left lung and two ribs. Despite efforts by his business associates to prevent him from going public with the illness for fear that it would cost him work, Wayne announced he had cancer and called on the public to get preventive examinations. 5 years later, Wayne was declared cancer-free. Wayne has been credited with coining the term the Big C as a euphemism for cancer. Wayne biographer Michael Munn chronicled Wayne's drinking habits. According to Sam Osteen's memoir, Cut to the Chase, studio directors knew to shoot Wayne scenes before noon because by the afternoon he was a mean drunk. Roger Ebert quotes him as saying, "Tequila makes your head hurt, not from your hangover, from falling over and hitting your head." Now, a Freemason, he was a master mason in Mariel McDaniel Lodge number 56 in Tucson. He became a 32nd degree Scottish Rite Mason and later joined the Al Maliki Shrine Temple in LA. He also became a member of the York Rite. During the early 1960s, Wayne often traveled to Panama, and he purchased the island of Taborcillo off the nation's Pacific coast and was sold by his estate upon his death. Now, Wayne's yacht, the Wild Goose, was one of his favorite possessions. He kept a dock in Newport Beach Harbor and it was listed at the U.S. National Register of Historical Places in 2011. Now, the passing was extremely, devastating to all these fans. Last movie, of course, was The Shootist, which basically gave him time to act with Jimmy Stewart and a lot of the key actors that he either played with in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Now, between 1926 and 77, he appeared in over 170 films. According to Quigley Polling, John Wayne was named the top moneymaker of all time. Now, he turned down a number of roles, and of course, 3 Academy Award nominations, but only 2 for acting, 1 for Best Picture as a producer. Now, again, his passing, he appeared on the Academy Awards in 1979, looking thin, but, the cancer got him within a couple of months. So, ladies and gentlemen, John Wayne, an American icon, a world icon. I miss the guy, even though I didn't agree with his politics. Just to have him on the big screen playing, like he never played a villain. He was always creative. But his sons are good actors as well. We see them in numerous roles. So if you're listening to this podcast, tell me what your favorite John Wayne role is. We'd like to hear from you. For me, John Wayne will always be about Sunday afternoons on the French channel or the Canadian CBC or CTV channels. His movies were perfect. Were 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You always knew what you're going to be getting. But funny, we got most of the modern movies. A lot of the John Wayne black and white movies were quite good. They're not shown very often. But I think his Sanzu Ujima and a lot of performances is tremendous. It's all up and there on the screen. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you're doing here with our John Wayne podcast, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Watch out for the warm weather. Another hot streak this week in New Brunswick. And just remember, water up. Have a good one.